2, ladies and gentlemen. Can you stand it? Can you believe it? 2 hours of Dr. Glidden. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. By the way, we are live streaming the radio show every day now, and if you are a member of the live stream, not only can you see me, but there is a chat room that currently is populated with, survey says, 75 people. There are 75 people watching the live stream in the chat room, chatting amongst themselves during the radio program, posing me questions, and just kind of enjoying the naturopathic longevity nation sensation community that this movement is generating. It's a giant grassroots coalition of like-minded individuals from all over the freaking world who are aligned in the true belief that the human body has a whole lot more going on to it than the pharmaceutical industry has led us to believe. Check out the live stream on my website. It's free, drglidden.com. You can also hook yourself up with it through YouTube. Just go to YouTube or Facebook, and type in Dr. Glidden-Fire Your MD Now. Even just Dr. Glidden, I pop right up. Dr. Glidden-Fire Your MD Now is my fan page, and we have a link to the live stream there. We're going to go into the chat room now. I'm going to take a couple questions and answer them from people in the chat room. Let me see. Teresa from Iowa gives a little testimonial. She takes quercetin, which is in the Cell Shield RTQ, and probiotics for her allergies and asthma, and she's been without an inhaler for 9 years now. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. You got to love it. Let me see who else is next. So much chat going on here. Stephen in Austin, Texas writes, I have a skin problem where my skin cracks and multiple layers of dead skin pile up on top of each other. Dermatologists have no idea what it is. I rest my case. Right? Remember, allopathically trained, non-metaphysicians, non-holistic physicians do not care about the causative nature of disease. They only care about naming it and categorizing it. They need to pigeonhole it and put it in a little slot somewhere so that, everybody knows, when you have these symptoms, you have Hashimoto's disease or you have whatever. But in this case, they couldn't even figure out where to pigeonhole it because it's such a weird thing they have no idea what to name it. Either that or they're just incompetent. One of the two. Either way, they failed this person, right? I mean, Stephen's been paying medical insurance premiums, I don't know for how many years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Now he's up against it. He's got a strong and persistent symptom. And so finally, hooray, he gets to go and cash in on all of that medical insurance that he's been paying for. Woohoo, I can hardly wait. He goes to the MDs. He probably has a $500 or $1,000 deductible that he had to pay. In addition to the monthly premium, they had nothing for him. Well, sorry, Stephen, we have no idea what it is. Thank you very much. See the nurse on the way out and give us your Visa card. Give us your medical insurance, huff and puff, huff and puff. And, by the way, bring your wife and kids in next week. We're having a free vaccinations seminar. That's what we need, free vaccinations for the world. So, skin problem, the MDs let him down. And now it's mandatory to purchase medical insurance that gives us access to incompetence. Yeah. So Stephen from Austin, remember this is foundation, boilerplate medical nutrition based upon the correct notion that healing is an ultimately easy thing, and 99 times out of 100, all that's necessary is, number one, stop eating food that's hurting the body. Number two, give the body the raw materials that it needs to fix itself. Number three, get the heck out of the way and see if the body fixes itself. So, number one, eliminate the 10 bad foods. You can get that list for free on my website. Number two, give the skin nutritional support. How do we do that? Well, that's a good question. I thought you'd never ask. In this case, my recommendation to support and promote the structure and function of your skin would be one healthy brain and heart pack. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that. One healthy brain and heart pack, one selenium, and 1 bottle of liquid glucogel plus per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 healthy brain and heart pack, 1 selenium, and 1 bottle of liquid glucogel plus per 100 pounds of body weight per month, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. Alicia, who's in the chat room, says, "Hey, Doc, I have a constant tingling in my right hand through my fingers. What is it and what can I take?" Well, that can be a number of things. The most common thing to think about, right, it's a nerve condition, and the nerves, you ever slept on your hand or your arm and you roll over and now the pressure's off of it and you get this crazy tingling? Pins and needles, everybody's experienced that, right? Well, that's a neurological problem. It's not a muscle problem. It's not a ligament problem. It's not a tendon problem. It's not a blood vessel problem. It's a nerve problem. So, potentially, we have to look to things that are compressing and pressing on the nerves, and in this case, in your fingers. And on the diagnostic array, it's a relatively easy thing to figure out. We just go back up the arm, and we see where there are bottlenecks, anatomical bottlenecks. The first nerve anatomical bottleneck is in the carpal tunnel. There's a little tunnel. It's an anatomical tunnel. It looks just like a tunnel. That's why it's called the carpal tunnel, that goes between your wrist and your hand, and which is an entry point for nerves and blood vessels to get into your hand from the arm. When the carpal tunnel is funky, nerves going into your hand can be funkified. And I bet that's medical terminology you never heard before. You have funkified nerves. So, the most in the diagnostic array here, when you hear hoofbeats, you think about horses before you think about Sasquatch, right? You think about the most common things that cause things before you think about weird things that cause things. So the most common cause of this is a problem in the carpal tunnel. And the carpal tunnel becomes problematic when it loses nutrients. In order for the carpal tunnel to be patent and to be healthy, it needs the 90 essential nutrients, and the main ingredient here for carpal tunnel health is a strange little trace mineral called molybdenum. Say that 10 times fast. Molybdenum. M-O-L-Y-B-D. Molybdenum. E-N-U-M. Molybdenum. Which, longevity to the rescue. Dr. Wallach to the rescue. Thank God for Dr. Wallach, as God is my witness. Thank God for Dr. Wallach. The plant-derived minerals, trace minerals, that are the foundation nutritional supplement which separates longevity's protocols from everybody else's in the world, has molybdenum in it. So the recommendation for you would be 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 2 bottles of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. You can even get the minerals, just the minerals, the plant-derived minerals, put them into a spray bottle and spray the minerals on the wrist. Do that for 4 weeks and see if the problem resolves. Call me back and tell me how good my diagnostic skills were, or maybe how bad, right? But anyway, that's the first thing to do. Appreciate you very much. Check out the live stream, folks. You don't know what you're missing. It's a ton of fun, if for no other reason than just to be in a virtual community of like-minded people, rather than just sitting on your own in your house or your apartment, listening to the internet. Let's go to New Jersey next and talk to Michelle. Hey, Michelle, thanks for the call. You are live. Michelle. Come in, Michelle.
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Michelle. I have cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that, Michelle.
And it's been 14 years. For me, it was just being diagnosed the first time in 2000. And I was cancer-free for like 8 years, and then it came back. So
and was it the same type? Was it the same type of cancer both times?
Well, it metastasized.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So where did you have it first?
I had it first in my left breast.
All right. Did they do a radical mastectomy?
Yes.
Okay. Did they take the right breast as well?
In 2008 they did, but not in 2000.
Yeah, okay. So 2000, they just took the left one, and then in 2008 it came back. Did it come back to the right breast?
Right, but just my lymph nodes. It wasn't in the breast. It was lymph
just
nodes.
In the lymph nodes. Okay. And is that where it is now, or has it gone to your liver?
It's gone to a little bit in my liver and my back and my breast. It just moves.
Yeah.
And every time they think they have it, I go to regular doctors.
Yeah.
It just comes back somewhere else.
Well, right, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the whole radio show today in the first hour. The tumor, right, the presence of the cancerous tissue is not the disease. It's the result of the disease. There's a process, a metabolic process going on in your body which makes cancerous tissue become generated. Just removing the cancerous tissue does nothing to eliminate the process that caused the cancerous tissue to form in the first place. And this is why cancer treatment is so insane here. And it's not just the U.S., it's all around the world from the pharmaceutical industry, because their treatments do not get to the cause of the disease. So, I mean, I'm glad you got an extra 8 years, right?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the therapeutic is a little bit juvenile. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and I'm going to tell you what I would do if I were you, and I'm glad that you've called, because there is a little bit of hope here. But, if there was an epidemic of carpal tunnel syndrome in the United States, well, one cure for that would be to cut off the hand, right? I mean, cut the hand off, no more carpal tunnel syndrome. Well, that's one solution, but it's kind of a archaic, barbaric solution. And that's what breast cancer treatment is like here. It's archaic and it's barbaric. Stick around. I'm glad that you called. We'll be back after these messages. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your attention. The chat room is going crazy. Check out the live stream. We're talking to Michelle from New Jersey, who's been saddled with a cancer condition for a number of years now. So, Michelle, how'd you hear about me anyway?
My brother-in-law heard about you, and he contacted me.
Okay, so a couple things we need to be clear of and we need to understand here. It's illegal for anybody, in New Jersey. You can't. The only people who can treat cancer in New Jersey are MDs. I mean, the only people who can treat cancer are the people who stink at treating cancer. It's the MDs. The pharmaceutical industry sponsored laws years ago to make it illegal to treat cancer unless you had an MD after your name, and that's why it's a runaway train of calamity, and that's why all the alternative cancer treatment centers are not in the United States, because you can't treat cancer here unless you're an MD. Now, some states which license and regulate my profession, naturopathic medicine, there are some things that you can do with cancer patients. There are some things that you can do, but we're restricted even there. So we can't treat cancer, and quite frankly, in the context of this radio show, we don't treat anything. But what we do is recommend boilerplate foundation medical nutrition strategies, the intention of which are to support your body's ability to optimize its structure and function. Now, selenium supplementation. Selenium is a trace mineral. Selenium is a mineral like calcium, right? It's a mineral. It's found in the soil. It's found in the earth. God makes it. Selenium supplementation has been proven to reduce the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%. 82%. It reduces the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%. So it would be prudent, in order to support your body's ability to fight cancer, to fight the occurrence of any new cancers, to get on board with the selenium supplementation. What's your current body weight, Michelle?
Down to 140.
Okay. Do you have any other health issues like heartburn or high blood pressure or blood sugar issues or migraine headaches or anything else?
I'm having heartburn in the last couple of weeks, and I have brain lesions.
What does that mean?
And
what do you mean?
They say that there's things on my brain
okay.
that they have to eradicate.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal.
And actually, I just want to say I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, not New Jersey.
Well, okay. So Maryland's the same. We're not licensed and regulated there yet.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. But I feel your pain, and perhaps you can sense my frustration. So here's what I would do. Here's what I would do if I were you. Every month, I would do one Healthy Brain and Heart Pack original formula. One Healthy Brain and Heart Pack.
Healthy Brain and Heart Pack.
Yeah, I do one of those. I would do 3 bottles of selenium a month. 3 bottles of selenium. There's 1 bottle of selenium in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I'm going to give you 3 more. So you're going to be taking 4 bottles of selenium a month. And finally,
and what does that?
The selenium supplementation increases your it's an immune system support. And it's a fantastic cancer preventive. It's a fantastic cancer preventive. It's entirely possible that had you been taking selenium your entire life, you never would have gotten breast cancer because it reduces the occurrence of breast cancer by 82%, which is remarkable. And, you know, inquiring minds want to know, why don't you know this, and why doesn't the Susan G. Komen Foundation know this? And by the way, my colleague, Dr. Wallach, who founded Youngevity, sued the United States Food and Drug Administration to secure something called a qualified health claim, which allows us to say in the public forum, because there's mountains of research to back us up, that selenium supplementation reduces breast cancer by 82%. So we sued, well, not we, but Dr. Wallach sued the Food and Drug Administration so that we can say this. And that was years ago. It was like 17, 18 years ago. And so it's not like there's not enough research to support this, and it's obscure. And, you know, it was done by one doctor in Auschwitz somewhere. This is a big deal. And if your doctor doesn't know this, then that's a problem. And it speaks to the fundamental problem that we have here. More to come, Michelle, and here's a hard break. Please stick around once more, and I'll dial this in after the break.
Henry Ford once said, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Alex Castle here, the National Account Executive at GCN. I have the ability to customize a national radio campaign based on your budget while targeting your demographic. Contact me to find out how national radio can help your business be more profitable at 877-996-4327, extension 177. That's 877-996-4327, extension 177, and help me help you bring your business to the next level.
Hey, everybody, we're back. And by the way, if you're struggling with finances, some of the people in the chat room are, you know, they're up against it financially, and everybody's been there, right? You become a Youngevity member for $10 and lean on your upline, lean on your organization to show you the ropes. And if you do your Youngevity, if you apply, if you work your Youngevity business appropriately, and it's easy to do. It's not hard. It's work, though. You have to do the work. It's not difficult. Even part-time, if you do it correctly, within 3 months, you can easily be making between $500 and $1,000 a month. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. So let's talk to Michelle in New Jersey and close it out. You still with me, Michelle?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so the last thing is Z-Radical. It's a supplement called Z-Radical. Z like zebra, radical. It's a liquid superfruit with a sea vegetable in it called fucoidan. And there are over 1,000 published studies on fucoidan and the positive things that it does in the body. One of the things that fucoidan does is it kills cancer cells. And that's never a bad idea. So as much Z-Radical as you can afford would be a good place to a good plan for you. So eliminate the 10 bad foods. Do those nutritional supplements. Keep your fingers crossed. And also, you need to be educated by your MD about what you can expect from their therapeutics, right? And I wrote a book. It's called The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. You can get it for $9.99 at Amazon.com, or you just go to my website and click on the store button. And in my book, there's a chapter on cancer, and there are 10 questions in the chapter on cancer that I would like you to ask your oncologist in the presence of a recording device and a witness. And if you politely ask these 10 questions to your oncologist, you will know whether or not to engage with their treatments. You will know. Nobody ever asks their MDs these questions, and everybody needs to. And they're simple, straightforward, common sense questions. I would encourage you to do that, because it's the MD's job to sell you the cancer treatment. That's what their job is, to sell you the cancer treatment, whether it works or not. And most of the time, the cancer treatments don't work. They don't cure the cancer. I mean, as you've already experienced, it's just a stopgap, right? Yeah, so you need to be educated, right? And you just need to know, hey, doc, what the heck, man? What can I expect from this treatment? What are the side effects? What's it going to cost? How are you going to treat the side effects? What's going to happen? And how much money, by the way, are you going to make from this treatment? How much money is the hospital going to make? And I need to know, because it's my life. It's not yours. So please just answer my questions. And I've had cancer patients kicked out of doctors' offices when they've asked these questions. Not because they're being rude, but because the doctor knows that if they answer the questions, they'll be caught with their pants down. And the problem here, Michelle, is that nobody knows what to do for cancer. Nobody knows. The MDs certainly don't know. And because they're the only ones that can legally treat it, because they're the only ones that get the research money, the rest of us are left with, anecdotal information about this patient or that patient that did this or this alternative thing, and they don't have cancer anymore. And, we're kind of dangling in the wind. Everybody's dangling in the wind. But here's what I do know, right? Your body wants to fix itself. Your body is attempting to fix itself right now. You didn't get breast cancer because you had a breast. You didn't get, it didn't spread to the lymph nodes because you have lymph nodes. The body generates cancer tissues when it is stressed and out of balance and it doesn't have the resources to handle it. So our fundamental position is, regardless of your health condition, it would be prudent to support and promote your body nutritionally so that your body can optimize its structure and function to the ability that it's able to. And then we keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. I have to move on. Michelle, I appreciate your phone call very much. Good luck with everything that you do. Let's go to Dawn in Florida and see what's cracking. Hey, Dawn, thanks for the call. You are live.
Hi, Dr. Glidden. Thank you for all you do. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have a quick question. I actually called the other night, but I didn't ask the question correctly, so I don't know if you're going to have a different answer. I called about a gentleman who was diagnosed with gigantism.
Oh, jeez.
And he had surgery 7 years ago, but he had a secreting it was a tumor removed from his pituitary.
Yeah, well, often pituitary tumors are not pituitary tumors. Often a pituitary tumor is just a swelling of the pituitary gland. It's kind of like uterine.
Secreting.
Yeah, I get it. It's kind of like uterine fibroid is not an actual tumor. It's an overgrowth of the uterine tissue that looks like a tumor, and it's kind of like it's got swollen. It's like a blister.
Yeah.
So
his question is have you helped anybody with this condition? And he can't lose weight. He's 330, 5'10", 330 pounds. Can't lose weight. Says he hardly has any metabolism. So he wanted to know if you actually helped someone with his condition before.
Okay, so now I've never treated gigantism before. I've treated people with pituitary adenomas before, absolutely. I think every naturopathic physician has. I've learned a lot about pituitary adenomas from Dr. Wallach. But he's missing the point, right? And this is not the point. The point isn't whether I've treated this or whether anybody else has treated this, because remember, in this context, we don't treat disease. And I'm not just saying that, I really mean it. Because the growth on the pituitary, whether it's in de facto tumor or whether it's just an adjacent, an extra cellular swelling of the pituitary stalk itself, is not the disease. It's the result of the disease. Something caused that to happen. What was it? And just cutting it out or gamma raying it into submission or whatever doesn't fix the cause of the disease. The cause of the disease is still there. So simply paying attention to the tissue overgrowth in this case is irrelevant, and it's foolish. And that's what the MDs will do all of the time, all day long, all the time. That's not what we do. So what we do for everything is give the body nutritional support, keep our fingers crossed, and see if the body rallies and fixes it. Because the operative, fundamental foundation belief here, tenet of naturopathic medicine is that the body knows how to fix itself. The body wants to fix itself. You don't get tumors because you get tumors. You get tumors because your body's messed up. Why is your body messed up? Because you don't have enough nutrition and you're eating all the wrong foods. Now, sometimes you're exposed to nasty crap like Agent Orange or whatever, right? And that's a whole separate story. But even if the condition that you're suffering from was caused by exposure to a nasty toxic agent, right? Still, your body needs nutrition. Still, your body needs to try to deal with it to the degree that it's able to deal with it.
Right.
And so, regardless of the condition, he needs medical nutrition, period. He needs it. And he's got nothing to lose into this bargain. And, whether he's able to get on the other side of this, I don't know. But I do know that if anybody eliminates the 10 bad foods and fills their nutritional tank up with the appropriate stuff, they're going to feel better. And their body is going to start to optimize its structure and function. Immune system's going to get better. Lungs are going to get better. Heart's going to get better. Circulatory system's going to get better. Digestion's going to get better. Everything's going to brighten up. And that's never a bad idea, right? So that's kind of the frame inside of which this needs to be explained to this guy. So, and I hope that makes sense. But that really is, that really is what we're up to here. And I appreciate your call very much. And what are you doing? You're taking a stand for people in your life. Because, why? Because the MDs have let them down. And this is why Longevity Nation is so cool. Because of people like you, Don. So keep up the good work. You are the last best hope your community has to live long, healthy, and wealthy lives. I appreciate you very much. We've got enough time in this segment. Miami is up next. Oh, my goodness gracious. Has the Earth stopped turning on its axis? My old friend, Avi, is back from Miami. Avi, where have you been and how are you doing?
I'm excellent. I'm very, very, very well. And I wanted to, today, especially today, is my birthday, so I wanted to give you a gift.
Hey. You're like the hobbits. You give other people gifts on your birthday. I love it.
Yeah. I wanted to give you a good testimonial.
Oh, great, man. I always love testimonials. Love it. We got 3.5 minutes left. The airways are yours.
This is very simple and quick. I never thought after doing longevity for about a year, when I recovered my my digestion and all the diseases that I had, I never thought I could feel better. But I'm telling you, I did something these days. I started last week, and I'm taking 3 Beyond Tangerine, so that's for 300 pounds. And I'm taking it in doses like, let's say I'm taking 2 scoops at once in between 12 and 16 ounces of water on an empty stomach. And it's giving me absolutely nothing. Like, I feel like I can digest it completely perfect with no annoyance in my digestive tract. I didn't have that before. I tried concentrated doses before, but not like this. And I feel not only that I can handle that, something that, I worked for like 2 years to get, but I feel like I cannot describe it. I just can't. I can't describe how well I feel mentally, physically, I never thought I could feel this well, this good in my whole life. Never, ever, ever.
I know, it's remarkable, and it just keeps getting better and better. It's like the gift that never fails giving. I have a picture of your testimonial here. Avi has a really good testimonial picture, a before and after picture. I'm going to find it and put it up on the video stream here over the next commercial break. And by the way, folks, in the video stream that we stream, that you can listen and watch like a little TV production, the radio show. And if you are a member of the video stream, if you have logged into the video stream via my website or via Facebook, part of the video stream is a little chat box. There's a little chat box that pops up, and it's populated by everybody who's watching the live video stream, and that's what I'm referencing when I talk about the chat room. There's a lot of talk amongst the people in the chat room, and it's just a lot of fun. And like Avi said, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you're missing, and longevity in medical nutrition really produces results. It continues to produce results, and that's why even in a hostile political climate, a hostile medical climate, which is aligned against everything having to do with nutritional supplements, longevity thrives. Why? Because it works. How do we know it works? Because look at Avi. We've got thousands of testimonials like this all around the world, and it's just awesome. Avi, you're the greatest, man. Keep up the good work. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, finishing out today's show, the final 5 minutes. Let's go to the phones. Looks like Charlene from Michigan has a question about Beyond OsteoFX. Hey, Charlene, what's up?
Hi, doctor. I called you before and you said to take 6 tablespoons of OsteoFX.
Yeah.
Well, I can't because I can't. It doesn't agree with me. I'm taking 4 teaspoons 4 times a day. That's all I can handle.
So you mean 1 teaspoon 4 times a day?
Right, because it causes problems if I take more than that.
Okay, and when you take a teaspoon of it, how do you do it?
I put water in it.
Like how much?
Oh, well, I don't know, just 4 tablespoons.
Yeah, and can you handle orange juice?
No.
Your system doesn't like orange juice?
No.
How about cranberry juice?
Yeah.
You're okay with cranberry juice?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so mix the Beyond Tangy, the Osteo, in a little bit of cranberry juice.
Okay.
That should help your body to be able to digest it and assimilate it a little bit better. But what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to start the cranberry juice now, and then 3 days from now, I want you to go up by 1 teaspoon a day. Or just add 1 teaspoon, and then the next day add another teaspoon, and then the next day add another teaspoon, right?
Okay. Till a tablespoon, you mean?
Well, yeah, you're doing a tablespoon now or a teaspoon?
A teaspoon 4 times a day.
Yeah, all right. So 2 teaspoons is 2.5 teaspoons is a tablespoon, right?
Right.
More or less. So, well, in a perfect world, as a little experiment here, I would like to see you take 2 ounces of the white liquid calcium a day, a total of 2 ounces a day. So, that would be what? That would be 4 tablespoons. That would be like 10 tablespoons until you get to 10 teaspoons. 10 teaspoons.
10 teaspoons.
Yeah, and do it a little bit at a time. Push the envelope a little bit at a time. Push the envelope a little bit at a time with cranberry juice. See if your body doesn't tolerate that better. I bet it's going to.
What do you mean push the envelope?
Well, take 1 extra tablespoon a day, or go up a half a tablespoon or a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. Just keep adding teaspoons into your daily program until you hit the 10 teaspoon mark. And I bet you that by adding the cranberry juice, it's going to facilitate that quite a bit.
Oh, okay, really? Oh, good. Okay, I really don't have it too plain and clear in my head here.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
what you
Oh, yeah.
said.
No, I get it. It's a little complicated. So add the Beyond Tangy to cranberry juice a little bit, just a little bit, a couple tablespoons.
Beyond Oster.
The osteo, yeah. Add the osteo to a little bit of cranberry juice each time you take it, and each day go up a little bit with the dose. You know, half a teaspoon, an extra teaspoon, and just keep adding teaspoon doses until you hit the 10 mark.
10 mark of Oster FX?
You have the OsteoFX, yeah. I want the goal here to be 10 teaspoons a day of the OsteoFX.
And then work up to this?
That's correct.
Okay. Ooh, I hope I can do it.
Yeah, me too. Call me back with a report. I'll look forward to it. Thanks for the phone call. A little bit of time left here. Let me see if we can squeeze Terry in. Hey, Terry from Virginia. Thanks for the call. You are live. Real quick.
Dr. Glidden, I did the Easy Detect, the occult blood test.
Was it positive or negative?
Well, the first two was negative. The third one was negative after 2 minutes, but after 4 minutes, I've seen a little small line, a 1/4 inch long, looks like a line the size of a pencil mark, and a pencil mark dot beside it was real faint green. I had to look at it with a spotlight to even see it.
Yeah, you're okay then. You're negative. You don't need to worry about that. You're good to go. And
okay.
Has the stool been normal since this little weird episode?
Yeah, and the whole time I was testing it, I had normal stool bowel movement.
All right. And you must live right, Terry. I think we're out of the woods here with this one, so just keep your fingers crossed. God willing and the creek don't rise, you'll be good to go moving forward here. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good. You want me to order some more just in case, just to have on hand? Or
No, I don't think so. Well, it was hard to get, right? It was not very expensive, right?
No, just $10.
Yeah, I think everybody should have an occult blood test in their pharmacy. I think it's a good idea to have that around. So yeah, order another one and get one for your neighbor too. Get one for your neighbor too. Appreciate you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're all out of time. Regretfully, I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanking you for listening. Thanking you for watching the live stream. God willing and the creek don't rise. We're at it again at 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. A live chat, live health chat for Dr. Glidden insiders and their